Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to GuessWhere, the game where I guess what a city is from its satellite image. You guys seem to enjoy the first iteration of this that I did, so I'm bringing it back. It's worth noting that the rounds are going to get a lot harder, so I'm going to have to start thinking about, how many do I do per video? Should I cut it down when I'm thinking for too long? But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But if you guys enjoy this type of video and want to see more of it, as always, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments. Help me defeat the YouTube algorithm. So, I did set 1 in video 1. I will start with set 2. I do not know if I'm going to get as far this time as I did last time, but I will certainly try. So, sorry if that was any noise. We have, right, there was one guy in the last video who said stop zooming into, oh, well, I know where this is. Anyway, maybe I should stop zooming into stadiums immediately so I can take it in first and then use those if I get stuck, which is fair. But anyway, next city, we have... Well, it's huge. We've got some pretty straight coast here running northeast. Okay, this city is absolutely gigantic, so... Are we in Africa here? My first thought here was Africa. If it is Africa, what would it be? Accra, maybe? Or Abidjan? Maybe Accra makes sense, actually. Yeah, perfect. I realized once I thought of that, that fits very well. Okay. Europe. Pretty nondescript, unfortunately. These inland ones are so difficult when you just kind of don't have any information. So this is the type of thing where I might want to try and look at a stadium or two, see if I can get anything written. American football is fascinating. What the heck? This is definitely Europe. There's no way this isn't Europe. American football is really interesting. I don't know where they would play it. Wow. Okay. See, the thing is, I don't know what to do with something like this. It feels so generic. I think we had SE. Unfortunately, it doesn't help me. I think we had Berlin in the last one. It's just going to be a big city in Europe. We had Bucharest. Trying to think of what we haven't had. There's no river here, so it's not going to be like Bratislava or Vienna or anything like that. We had Prague. Could it be like Munich? It's not Munich. So this becomes difficult. Do we have Zagreb? It's not Zagreb. Belgrade. I just forget what we've even had. If anything, I'd say it's probably more Western European. Brussels? No. We had Paris. Zurich. It's not Geneva. Well, I mean, I can check driving side, but I feel like it's almost certainly going to be right. It is right. It's also very high quality satellite imagery. Like, I feel like this is the type of thing where if I scanned long enough, I would probably be able to find something that is a giveaway if I look really closely. But that might be really annoying for people to sit through, so I'm not sure I actually want to do that. This feels so gettable, but I just don't have it. You know? I'm gonna skip this. Although that really feels like something I should know. This is interesting. It's quite big. It looks like there's something written on that. I kind of don't want to, like... I want to think about this for a second before I do that. What part of the world are we in here? Driving on the right. Are we... Wow. Maybe something like Ankara? No, it's probably more Asian, or is it Asian? Probably Asian would be my thought here. I'm gonna take the hint. Uh, ra, uh, Pakit, Pak, is that Paktakor? I think I was wondering if that was Cyrillic or Latin, but okay. So it's something like Tashkent. It's Tashkent. Wow. Okay, that's not easy. I just decided to start trying Central Asian things, and it worked. This is Perth, right? I think with this big like estuary thing. Good. This looks American. This is Chicago. Nice. All right, now we're cooking. I don't know what number 1 was, but this has been going fine. Water south. Are we in Kampala? Is that Lake Victoria? Beautiful. Okay, we're on a roll here. Don't want to look at that yet. I will look at it if I get stuck, which I might. So it's Europe. It's probably maybe like a capital or something. Given it doesn't look that big. But it's not immediately coming to me what this would be. All right, let's give this a look. Gazprom Deluge? I mean, it's Cyrillic, so that suggests... what is it, Sofia? No, I don't think so. Chisinau? Where else would you get Cyrillic? It's not Minsk, no. I don't think it's in Ukraine. Whoa. Is it It's not Belgrade. It is Wait, this is Belgrade? Wow. Why did I not know that the river looked like this in Belgrade? For some reason, I didn't think this was Belgrade. That was a helpful hint in the end. Mountains north and south. We have... Oof. What is this thing? Some big tower of some kind. Oof. I need to get better at like at least narrowing down like the continents from this, because this is difficult. Driving right as usual. Are we in Asia here? Or are we in like Latin America? I think I would say it's Asia. Let me take a look at the map here and see if there's anything that jumps out at me. Can it be like Dushanbe? Dushanbe actually looks really good. When in doubt, guess capitals. All right. Number 8 looks very small, which surely suggests that it's a capital or something. This is weird. Should I immediately know what this is? This is not doing much for me at the moment. Driving on the left. Driving on the left is fascinating. That's gotta narrow it down a little bit. So, where would we drive on the left that is this small? Is it Caribbean? I don't think so. It's like Bridgetown or something. No, it's like hilly though. Not Kingston. Driving on the left. What? This is weird. God, I should know this. It's not like... Are we in Africa here? But if we're in Africa, where the heck are we? Like, it's not going to be something that random. It's obviously not Cape Town. I'm going to have to come back to this. I'm confused. Okay. Well, that's 8 out of 10 for the first set. I'll come back to those if I have time. So we have baseball and cricket, which is interesting. This is, again, this is so small. Why is this so tiny? This has to be notable for other reasons. Are we driving left or right here? I mean, it's cricket, so it's probably driving left. That looks like that car is driving left. Why is it so small? Is that like Alice Springs or something? That is crazy. Wow. I'm surprised that was even right. Wow. Okay, so we're really getting into cities that are not trivial here. So we're not messing around. Okay. Manaus? Or no, Manaus is north of the river. Santarém? Is neither Santarém nor Manaus. This looks what you would think this is like the Amazon, right? Am I wrong? I mean, the grid layout feels very South American to me. Driving on the right. Maybe I'm wrong about it being the Amazon, because I don't know what else this would be. It's not Belém. It's not Macapá. See, Santarém is pretty similar, but it's not that, so it's not Iquitos, right? No. I mean, the city is huge. Is it Africa? Is it Kinshasa? Oh, yes. I just had this daily subdivision. This is Kinshasa. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, this, again, coast makes it always a lot more doable. This should be Lima, I think. Or Lima District, sure, whatever you want. Looks American at first glance. Still looks very American. Okay, well, in the US you can usually look for football fields. Yeah, I don't immediately know what's going on here. It's flat. It's just expansive, like, suburb nonsense. Typical US. Yeah, I don't actually know what this is. It's really flat. I don't know if it's in Florida or something. Is it like Orlando? I mean, we're inland, so I don't think it's like Houston, or we had Dallas. Where else would you get a flat city that looks like this? I don't know, man. What do we got over here? Oh, Calgary. Oh, it's Canada. That checks out. Yeah. Okay, that does make sense. Okay. Again, this looks gettable. We've got some... Oh, is that the Otterson Bridge? This is Copenhagen. Yeah, it's Copenhagen for sure. Yep. First thing I recognized with that was this island for some reason, but yeah, it works. Okay. Not sure here. Just gets so tricky so fast. I'm not going to look at the stadium yet, but I probably will soon. Driving on the right, which is not all that helpful. Wow, what? I don't even know what continent this is. That is interesting. Is there anything here? No. All right, so this becomes difficult. I don't even have a guess at the moment. I don't know what continent this is. I don't know. Is this like... You got mountains north? Is it for Latin America? What are these buildings, though? Asia, these look like... Are these mosques? These domes everywhere? Maybe there's just a bunch of mosques. So if this is... It's like Ankara? If this is Muslim, where would this be? Because it almost looks... Like, it almost looks European, but, like, not. This is interesting. Like Tbilisi? Guess that's more Christian anyway. Yeah, Yerevan, perhaps? No. Like, it doesn't quite look European. It's not Tehran. Tehran would be much bigger than this, I think. Drier, too. I'll skip it. Oh, it's literally Brazzaville? Okay. Alright. Cheeky. This would be... This is very big. This really feels like I should recognize it immediately. For whatever reason, I don't. We are driving right. Why does this feel like familiar or something? Damn. This feels like it should be knowable. I mean, they all do, realistically. I know I'm saying that for everyone, but this is tough because it's like I know all these cities. It's just identifying them from above is really... It's just harder than you would think. They are almost done with that bridge. Yeah, to be honest, I don't have anything for this right now. Skip it for the moment. It's a bridge there. St. Petersburg, isn't it? Good. All right, final one of the set. We have... Whoa. At the end of an island. Or at least a landmass. Looks wealthy for sure. Driving right. Am I being dumb not knowing this? What are we doing here? What is this? What is this landmass? Cliffs by the sea there. Big city inland as well. Okay. Why am I not getting this? For whatever reason, this is not coming to me, and this one doesn't even feel that difficult. This feels like it's obvious, and I just don't, my brain's just blanking. Are we in Europe here? Like, it's not Ibiza or... It seems so, like, random. You think it would be something more notable. It's not Rhodes. Weird. I am stuck. All right. 20 minutes in. Maybe I'll try and set the goal to be 25 cities. I want to figure out the ones. I don't want to skip ones. Like, I want to figure them out. What I'll probably do is pause the recording and just think. So I don't waste your guys' time. Because I want to figure them out, but some of them are just going to take time. So I'm going to go to set 3 and I'll go to number 5, and then after that I'll go back and think a little more about the ones I don't have. What the heck? Is this Ushuaia? Good. Okay. Oh gosh. See, this is so nondescript. Ever Caracas? We have mountains, we have baseball fields. It's not Caracas, dang it. I thought that was a good guess. What is this big old tower here? I'm not sure. More baseball. Okay, well, this is a place that likes baseball. It's clearly not the US. I don't think it's Asia. It should be Latin America. So if it's not Caracas, what else are we working with here? Is it San Jose? It is. Okay. Makes sense. Baseball again. Coast to the north. A weird crater lake. Interesting one. Okay, we clearly like baseball here. There are a lot of baseball fields in the city. So we had Havana. It's not gonna be North Coast DR. We had San Juan, so it's not that. Caracas definitely has mountains north, so that doesn't work. Maracaibo has water east. It's not like Paramaribo? No, I don't think so. Georgetown doesn't work. Where would we have baseball? Not Barranquilla. It's not Panama City. It's not Cologne. What the heck? Is it Port-au-Prince? Maybe it is. Is it? No. Try that for good measure. Okay, what am I not thinking of here? Where else do they play baseball? I mean, Venezuela, Caribbean, a little bit in Mexico, but I don't think this is in Mexico. And then Asia, but this isn't Asia, is it? Just looks like Latin America to me. There are multiple very large baseball stadiums here. Where are we driving? Appear to be driving right. What? What am I missing? Again, I feel so dumb when I don't get these ones that are clearly not that hard. Like, we're not into the, like, really difficult ones yet. But you just get stumped, and then it's just like, where am I? What? Is it Nassau? No. No way. Okay, I'm confused. I'm gonna go to number 4 here. This is fascinating. We have water northwest. Some kind of canal thing. This one looked American to me at first glance, but is it? I'm not too convinced that it is. Yeah, but these, man, it does feel kind of American, but at the same time, it doesn't for some reason. And these are just soccer fields, so I might have to rethink my initial instinct here. Wow, these are getting tricky. I'm gonna go to the fifth one. And we are still doing tricky ones here. Man, these are not getting any easier. Bunch of high rises there. We've got, it's like a pretty densely populated place. I don't know what this lake is. This is really strange. Some kind of resort there. Man, these are kicking my butt already. This has gotten really tricky really fast. So I'm gonna have to I think what I'm gonna have to do is probably pause the recording and then just play it when I figure things out, because I think otherwise this video is gonna be too long. So yeah, I mean, I guess there's no assurances that I'm not cheating, but you know, take my word for it. There's no point. There's no glory in cheating at something like this. So I figure I may as well just grind it out. But it is going to take me a little while, I think, to brute force a couple of these. But I'm prepared for it. So I will see you guys when I figure out another one of these cities. Alrighty, so this one that I said looked American. I zoomed in a bit. I found a lot of baseball fields, like a ton of baseball fields everywhere. But then I realized by zooming into one of the roads that we were driving on the left. So I figured, okay, where plays baseball drives on the left and could look reasonably like this. And I thought maybe Japan made sense. So I started looking around Japan, and I figured out that Sapporo fit perfectly. So this one should be Sapporo. So I was way off on that one on my initial vibe, but it does make sense. This one is going to kill me. I want to try and figure out this one next. All right, it only took me another probably 45 seconds, but I was, again, thinking about where plays baseball, drives on the right, isn't the US. It's like, it's going to be somewhere in South or Central America or the Caribbean. And I was like, what would be on a body of water? My issue was I was thinking about things that were on the coast. I was not thinking about lakes, but Managua happens to be on a fairly big lake that fooled me into thinking it was the coast. So Managua is this one. So I only have one left in this last set, at least in the first 5. This one, though, I don't have much of an idea yet, so I will get back to you guys soon. I might try and figure out another one first. Alrighty, so this one, the first one that I got stumped by, I ended up figuring out that it was, I believe, Milan, which I was kind of just thinking about, like, what are, large European cities, no river. The roofs were very orange, so I thought maybe, like, towards the south of Europe. And then Milan came to mind, and I thought, that actually makes perfect sense. And this over here, I believe, is the San Siro, which is where I think AC and Inter Milan play, but it's a famous stadium. Anyway, this one definitely should be Milan. That one took me a little while, but I got there. I'm still missing this one at the end of set 1. This one, again, does not feel like it should be hard. Surely I can get this soon. Surely, right? Alrighty, so this one ended up being a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. I was worried that I was just completely skipping over something obvious. But I noticed that it drove on the left. I think I noticed that before, which did narrow down the search a little bit. The first thing I checked was Africa, but there wasn't really anything in Africa that had coast southwest like this and was notable but also small. So I moved on to it didn't look like Australia or New Zealand, but I was like, is there anything else in the Pacific area that you know, could look like this and drives on the left? And Port Moresby was something that I scanned and realized, yeah, that makes sense once I zoomed into it. So that is that. So there are now 4 left, and that's the first set, I believe, done. So we press on. All right, so the solve on this one was a bit wild. I don't know what inspired me here, but I was looking at this road like way above the city that like kind of goes around it, but is like not that close to it. And for whatever reason, just from the depths of my like GeoGuessr brain, it reminded me of like the ring road around Skopje in North Macedonia. How there's a road that kind of goes like around the city, but isn't that close to it. I have no idea how that works because like honestly, I didn't think this was Europe. This doesn't. These buildings don't look the same as they look in the most of the rest of Europe. They look more kind of crowded and different. But I thought if it could be Europe, I should be thinking about the Balkans because there would appear to be mosques, and I eventually thought of Skopje when I was looking at that highway. But yeah, it took me a sec because I didn't think it was Europe at first. Alrighty, this one here took substantially longer. I noticed they were driving on the right. The city felt very kind of crowded. There weren't a lot of sports fields around. There was like a soccer field here, but there wasn't much. So I decided to just kind of look around. Asia and Africa were kind of where I was scanning and trying to think of what this might be. I didn't have much of a sense from the architecture. I didn't know a specific region, but I was kind of just looking around Asia and Africa. It was clearly a very big city. So I eventually settled on Vietnam, and I figured out that this is Hanoi. I know that this is probably less satisfying to watch when I'm just explaining afterwards how I did it, but at the same time, like, the alternative is just watching me sit here, like, be stuck for a super long time, which seems lame. Now, maybe it would be better if the moment of Eureka was actually caught on camera, but I think that I don't know. that would just be kind of a lot of effort. You guys can let me know how you want me to format these in the future if you want me to keep doing these videos, because the thing is they're just going to get a lot harder, and I'm going to have to, figure something out. But let me know if you have ideas for how you want me to do this. Anyway, let's figure out the final 2. All right, this one took a hot second. I was really stumped. I was like, what is this? It's probably an island, the way it ends like this. It looks very kind of resorty, but I was thinking about the entire Mediterranean before it occurred to me to think about the islands out here, just because, I don't know, I didn't think that one of the islands out here would be relevant enough to come up this early in the game. So I was like, in Italy, I was like, is it Messina? I was in Sardinia, I was in the Balearics. And I was just confused, and then I realized, maybe it's something out here. I checked Madeira first because I think of Madeira as being quite green, and then I checked the Azores because they're quite green, and then I finally checked the Canaries, thinking probably not because I think of the Canaries as being all sort of dry and volcanic, but I looked at Santa Cruz de Tenerife and realized finally that I had figured it out. Bit of a killer, that one, though. And then the final one is this guy, which is a huge, huge city. And the airport's right in the middle, which is also pretty weird. But I don't immediately know what this is, so yeah, I'll do some more thinking and I'll get back to you. All right, well, it didn't take me so long after all. I don't know if the video was paused or not. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, I was thinking, okay, what continent could this be? And, I thought it could be Africa, it could be Asia. Like, Asia makes sense. And then as soon as I thought of Asia, because I had been thinking about this for another round, I thought, like, what if it's, Vietnam? Because I had Hanoi on my mind from the previous one. And I realized, what if it's Ho Chi Minh City? Which is interesting because it really does not look very similar to Hanoi. Hanoi was very orange, and this is very white. I don't know if that's a difference in, like, North versus South Vietnam, or if it's just, like, the satellite imagery was taken with a different camera or at a different time or something like that. But it is actually Ho Chi Minh City if you look at the map here. So they're honestly pretty similar looking cities, except the fact that, yeah, for some reason Ho Chi Minh looks really much more white on satellite. But this will be Ho Chi Minh City, and that is 25 out of 50. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you are liking this concept still. I'm happy to continue doing these videos as long as you are enjoying them. But yeah, I guess that's all for me for now, but I will see you hopefully pretty soon for the other 25 cities of set number 2. But yeah, for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.